I cannot. Hi, this is Kendra with Trust TV. And I'm back with another video. Guys, I don't know if you guys seen this, but please check this video out. This video was disgusting. The host is a hot. He paid. I did a video a while ago talking about YouTubers who are paid and hired to create discord in black community. Listen to some of the stuff that this man say.
So hot.
There are positions in politics, whether it's man or woman.
He panders to incels.
Should a woman allowed to be a preacher?
So women.
I want to ask you about Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Who is Jesus?
Jesus was the man religious propaganda, correct?
That's not what I want you to see.
Pictures is a form of religious propaganda.
Hold on, y'all.
America was founded and created and became the best country on this side of heaven by white people. Are you surprised at the attack upon white people today by the blacks and others? It's like they're trying to destroy the people who welcome them into their home.
So this host is clearly, he's paid. He's paid. This is not his natural thought. He's paid. No, because nobody can be this stupid. First of all, you don't even educate yourself enough to even talk about the subject matter. Number one, white people did not colonize America. It was black people who did that. The conquistadors, the Spaniards, the Portuguese were brown-skinned men. They were not white. White Slavic races came over to America as slaves. Indentured servants, slaves, whatever. They did not come here as masters and did not colonize America until after Reconstruction. Prior to that, they were peon, or whatever you want to call them, slaves. They weren't the only ones who were called peon. That's why I don't say that. They were Slavic children brought here by orphan trains, sent from the outskirts, seas of Europe, and brought as slaves into America, from infants to adults. Okay? So he said brung into their homes. No, it's opposite. We brought them into our homes, and they betrayed us. But this guy right here is disgusting. Like, he's so disgusting. In this video, he's going to talk about mothers. Women are deceitful, act like the victims, and it drives men to beat their wives. First of all, men that beat women have nothing to do with their mother. And a lot of times, and I wrote this, I was like, a lot of men who think like this man, their problem is, they hate their mothers because she was the victim of the man that they look up to. They want to love and look up to their father, but seeing how bad the father beat up and mistreated the mother, they inwardly hate the father too. But they hate the mother because they don't have the opportunity to look up to the father because what he did to her. So they hate the mother all the more for being the victim, because now they can't look up to their father the way they want to. They want the affirmation of their father and the acceptance of their father, and they would hate their mother to get it. It is disgusting how he talk about women. And you could clearly see he has mental illness and shouldn't even be. Like, how do they it seems like they let any crackpot nut incel into social media and give him a platform to speak. Where did this man come from? Like, I've never seen this man till social media. Where'd he come from? His ideology is so warped, he blames the woman for everything. Like, I can't, first of all, and I love when Jennings says, to even say that would mean that a man has no control over his own thoughts. I can't make no man hit me. He can only make himself do that. I don't care what somebody say to him. You want to know why? Because men say mean stuff to each other all the time. You're not slugging him, so why would you pick your hand up to slug me? That's a coward, a skittish, and a shame. He was like, oh, because they're marrying their mothers. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't even make sense. They married their mother, and ain't the woman making the man die. And I was, he's something's wrong with him. Like, really. Like, he don't got, you old like that with no type of sound wisdom. You got the dumb, but you ain't got none of the whiz. Like, what happened? You stirring a bunch of incels up to believe their biggest problem is their mother, so they hate women. Basically creating a bunch of debased, depraved, angry homosexuals. Because that's homosexual doctrine. To be pushing to hate their mothers for being the victims of abuse by their father. She pushed him, and she could have told him that the father loved him. So, you mad. Let me guess. And I don't even know your life. But let's say hypothetically this was your life. The father beat up, your father, somebody's father, beat up the mother. As a result, the mother wanted to leave the father and never let you know whether or not your father loved you. So you wondered why your mother didn't say, he hate me but love you. You are a selfish piece of work. Like, what I really wanted to say to him is, your mother should have spit you back in your... It is terrible for a son to hate his mother for being a victim of domestic violence. She cannot help being weaker than him. He can help controlling his anger. There's nothing a woman can do to provoke a man to hit her. That is a choice. If she's not hitting him, what would make him think it is all right to hit her? And you blame your mothers? You mean to tell me that y'all men want the affirmation of your father so bad you would hate the woman who fought to love, take, and protect and nourish you, even if she couldn't do it the best she could? You would hate women. You hate them for being weak because you see the weakness in yourself and you blame her. But it was your father who literally made you weak when he beat the daylights out of your mother. And you really felt weak because you couldn't protect her, but you misconstrued it to say that she's weak. You hate her because you want the love of your father. This is scary times. I've never heard such horse poop in all of my days living. And he said this with his whole chest. No shame. Wow. He the type of man who would blame a girl for being raped. Well, you shouldn't have went outside at night. Well, you shouldn't be walking around in a skirt. Well, you shouldn't have your hair done like that. This is disgusting. Y'all, Jennings did his thing, but this man needed to be ripped a new one.
By that?
No, I'm not surprised at the violence.
And whatever this host name is, get your facts straight. Make sure y'all check out this channel, like, share, and subscribe. Okay? You don't even know history to even speak on it. That's for number one. White people, all negros, sorry, and all white people and every other race in between. White people did not own all our families. White people were not owners of slaves, but slaves themselves. Whether they peon, Slavic slaves, they were slaves brought to America. They did not have power to own anybody unless they had money. Black people were not poor peasants and slaves. Many of us owned slaves, had businesses, bustling businesses, built communities, empires, invented. Where are you getting this false history? And white people never invited us in their homes, ever. They didn't even have homes. A lot of them were poor, dirt poor peasants from Europe near the Caspian Sea who were tricked or coerced into handing over their children or coming to a new world to be immigrant slaves.
At all. America was
And let me stand corrected. And not stand correct. Let me also state a fact. American so-called black people did not come from Africa. And I'm not going to keep saying it. We did not. Can we be mixed with some of Ham's children? Yes, because the Bible said it. That Israel, that Judah, and a lot of these children of Canaan, a lot of the children of Ham, mixed in with everyone's children. So is it possible for us to have some of Ham's children, some of Africa in our bloodline? Yes, but we are not all African. A lot of us can be of Hebrew, can be of Japhet, Ham, Lot, anybody, right? So please cut it out. We have never been proven to be African, ever. Many of us are unaware that we are American Indian. 1924 Racial Integrity Act. We will no longer cast these people as Indian, but as Negro, colored, and black. Get your facts right.
By white people.
You said it was not?
Native. Oh no, the Native American was here when the white
That's
man
you.
came.
That's
But
me.
it wasn't America. The natives just sitting around smoking pie.
Look at this
And
silliness.
I understand
and
that.
five-
Sitting around smoking pots, you moron. Ooh. They found ancient ruins all over America of great civilizations. All your New York City buildings, all your buildings that you see with pillars, that was not done by a white man. Those were American Indian architecture. A lot of these cathedrals, a lot of the things that you think white Slavics made, they didn't make a thing. A lot of our ancestors made those buildings. Brick and mortar, you can find it documented that lime brick and mortar was invented and created by the Mayan Indians, who were not Asian, Mongols, or white Slavics, Hindu, or any other type of. They were us. We, so-called blacks, reclassified in the 1924 Racial Integrity. Sorry for my hoarse voice, but that is the truth. You should educate yourself before you speak.
No, they weren't doing anything. They just lived here without even. They were so high they didn't even know where they were.
Lies.
Right, but it doesn't change the fact. To say that
Jenny,
the white man was the first,
it's
should
not
I
true.
say,
It's actually
original
false.
Man of America is incorrect. Because for you to be the original, then no one can be here before you.
But you
The
can have
first
to
one
admit
that
to
was here was the native American, who were people of color. And then the
Native American
European
color too?
Excuse me?
You said the Native American was people of color?
The Native American was all kind of skin colors.
But you got to admit that if it wasn't for white people, there would be no America. And
Lies.
still be...
America was founded and created with a great civilization before white people. As a matter of fact, white people did not get here until 1819. Slavics weren't here. And we had bustling communities. Hence, when you see them coming in on the boats, buildings were already here. Technology was already here. Electric already here. Running water, toilets already here. White people never invented anything. Name a white invention other than Instagram. Thank you. So I'm going to need y'all to all who believe this crap to take several seats. Educate yourself.
Dry land, people living in tents, smoking pot.
Oh, I agree that white people have helped develop this country. And white people have also contributed to the chaos of this country. Just like every other ethnic group that's in this country have contributed to the development of this country, but have also contributed in some form to the chaos of this country.
I've noticed that not all, but most black people today are very destructive. Everything they touch turns to dust.
And I heard some other fools say that before. What do we touch that turns into dust? And what does white people touch that turn into gold? All right, better yet, I'll do you one better. I'll start listing. So, when black people ruled in America, let's think about it. Because we're talking about American Indian, Spanish, Portuguese, right? So, in America, when it was just American Indians, which are us, we bartered. We bartered with each other. Of course, every nation wars. That happens with everybody. We are not unique to war. War has been around since the dawn of time. Esau with Jacob, and Esau and Jacob's son warred. Nations warred. The Canaanites with the Israelites. Japhetites with the Canaanites, so forth and so on. Philistines, Palestine, everybody warred. So war is not new. Right? So, name when black people were in America ruling, so-called blacks, and they were American Indian. They bartered, had a bartering system, their own language. They built great civilization, vast, great civilizations that people haven't even been able to debunk to this day. They invented inventions, the cotton press, electricity, trains, cars, you name it, black people invented it. The engine, I can list everything, right? So, in that time, what did we destroy that you can prove? Because the ocean was clear, the water wasn't polluted, the food was natural when we ruled, people had homes, houses, people's stuff wasn't just getting burned down, bombed, wasn't no such thing as segregation. When there was slavery, whether it be due to being prisoner of war or bondage through debt paying, the slaves, or servants, if you will, same thing, were treated fairly, given school, and even as the American Indians, you can read in patches of Balboa and several other, even the slaves could rise up and be high in society and mingle into the opposing American Indian tribes and become somebody big, even if he was a captive. Now that was when we ruled. When we ruled, black people had businesses, communities, hospitals, doctors, own transportation, buses, cars, trains, engines, inventions, their own schools, nursing homes, nursing system, food, water, electric. Everything was copacetic. When white people got into power, towns were burning. Towns were flooded. The food supply is corrupt. GMOs, genetically modified foods, nothing natural. Water polluted, air polluted, food polluted, clothing polluted, medicine polluted, minds polluted, religions polluted, hope polluted. And this is all what white people brought. Well, Kendra, where did you get that from? History they wrote. And what I see, they're the ones who invented heroin and crack cocaine. They're the ones lynching and killing and shooting innocent men, women, and children. They're the ones who buy up pharmaceutical companies and dish out drugs that they know get people addicted or can kill. They're the ones who flood the insurance company with freaking expensive medication and expensive procedures that would make one misdiagnose somebody just to get money. They're the ones who brought the fake commissary note because they didn't have bartering. They had nothing to barter with. They're the ones who corrupted history and put it in their own image. They're the one who poisoned the water supply, Flint, Michigan. They're the reason why politics is so corrupt. It's no longer we the people, for the people, by the people. They mean we the people, the government, like Biden said. Money, 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 money. Every man for himself. Nobody cares about anybody. That was a white man. Everything's gay. The white man. And this is not to cause division, but this is to tell the honest truth. You're up here slandering and lying on us. What are you talking about? Destruction? What destruction? They'd be like, your own community. White people destroyed our community. We were a dignified people until you brought drugs to our community, stripped it of equity, made ghettos, redlined our districts, put rap music. They didn't speak, they had poetry. They didn't create that crap. White man brought that to our community. We created Wick and Fan. They created social service, stealing the idea from us, to turn around and use it as a corrupt way to divide the black home. Removing the men out of the home through mass incarceration, fake women's rights. Putting a war on drugs after stripping the equity out of the community and then putting drugs in it, creating gangs. A white man did that. There are whole CIA and FBI files to prove it. So what destruction did the black man create? Everything he do is destruction. The only reason why your brown skin behind, your black behind up there even speaking is for brown, so-called black men like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, so there's so many, James Baldwin, who am I missing? A lot of them that got up there and stood up for you to be able to get up on there and tell a lie on your people. I would call you a coon if I even understood what that meant. You are a hot skinness and a foul shame. Treason. You are disgusting. Mutiny. Mutiny. Now this is a nasty man. This is disgusting for you to say that. Now, do we have our own destructive mentalities and behaviors? Yes, we do. But no more than anybody else. There's no such thing as black on black crime. Because white people kill white people more. Asians kill Asians more. Hispanics kill Hispanics more. Africans kill Africans more. Hindus kill Hindus more. Everybody who is in close proximity to each other will hurt each other if that is in their heart. So there's no such thing as black on black crime. Everybody commits crimes of their own race if they permit themselves to do so. Excuse me for my allergies. Do you understand? This man's insane.
They move it to white communities, which are really nice, and white people leave, they'll turn that into a ghetto. If they take over your business, or if they take over the
We
government.
never made those community ghettos. White people did. Again, they were bustling communities. Tulsa, Oklahoma was only one place. My grandfather, great-great-grandfather, Samuel Knuckles, used to be in Union County, South Carolina. They burned a lot of those big mansions, house and government buildings that were owned by brown-skinned folk, by so-called black people. They burned them to the ground. And what they could salvage, they used for their now stolen property.
Or if they seen if they take over anything, they turn it into a ghetto. Why is that?
The mindset of some of our brothers and sisters is a very brutal mindset. To my sad regret, some priorities are just wrong. Many of our children were not properly educated by parents.
Yeah.
Because what I mean is this: some ethnic groups teach their children how to save, develop, start businesses.
It was like that when I was growing up. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Now,
Sir, is it fair to say it was your generation who messed us up because you didn't stand for anything? For you to turn around and have that white ideology about your people, that goes to show who you are. You failed because it was your generation who should have protected our generation by actually standing up for something. You let those white men come in and educate us. You did. You usurped all your authority and gave it to them. Let them burn your villages down and then get revenge. You did that. You let them redline our districts. How dare you blame us? How dare you? It was y'all who did that. It was that generation from y'all who already knew what it felt like to have, who should have made it better for us. But instead, you tap danced behind white folk, got into submission, and did nothing to protect your people, and then got the nerve to judge. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. The audacity. You angry. You think because you say something calm, you not? You are disgusting, disgraceful. The nerve.
But that teaching doesn't do you no good unless you value that lesson and then apply it to self, regardless of what color you are.
He coming for you. He letting you know you are crazy.
To make a sweeping indictment and say that all are lazy, no.
Well, not all, but most. And I noticed that most black people...
Many of them was taught right, came from disciplined families, came from being taught correct. But to my sad regret, many just did not value the teaching. They value street more than teaching.
Well, that's because they had no love, and mothers don't have love, and the fathers are not around. Because you can give them the world, but if you don't.
Mothers have no. This man is out of his rabbit. You want to know why it seemed like a mother may not have love? She may not have patience because she's taking care of you. She has to protect you, provide for you. Also, she's dealing with her own stuff. You don't stop being a human just because you have kids. Meaning that your life and mentality don't stop because kids come out of you. So whatever you were insecure about before you had kids, you'll still be. Whatever was bothering you before you had kids, if you have not cleared it up, it still will be. Do you understand? Whatever respect issue, whatever you ailed you prior to those kids will still ail you after them. We are human. Love is providing. Love is patience. Sometimes you lose your patience when put in a position where you have to do everything. And you know this already. The ignorance is willful And it's not even funny because they need to stop paying these black men, and y'all need to stop being out here prostitutes and let these white men pay y'all to lie about history and freaking degrade yourself by talking badly about your mother and your women and even some of your men. That's disgusting.
Them love growing up, they have nothing. And so they were growing
I agree.
up today.
In some cases, in many cases, the father was not around.
Right.
In many cases, the mother was not loving. But what
Right.
about the situations where mothers were loving and the fathers were around, and still some of the children become products of evil and mayhem?
Because behind closed doors, the mother is running the father and the children, and they look holy when they walk out. I gotta ask you.
He laughing at him because he knows that this man isn't. He don't know that he not laughing with him. He laughing at him. Geno Jennings is laughing at you, sweetie. He's laughing because you're a joke, like a skinnis and a shame. And it's so sad that that's your mind frame. I pray you get the help that you need from God and the therapy you need, because clearly something is broken mentally in you that you keep blaming women for your issues. You must be some type of incel. Like, women are not the problem for men. Men are their own problem. Even the Bible talks about what love is. Patient and kind, does not boast. You know? If you don't know what a man is supposed to be, then you don't got the proper blueprint, and you should close your mouth. Because if you don't know what a man should be, you also don't know how a woman should be.
Not the real deal. The love comes from the father, not from the mother. My mother's love destroy, a father's love build. And so even if there is a father in the home, if he's not...
Can somebody do me a favor? Prove how a mother's love destroys, but a father loves build. Can somebody show me that biblically? Please. Show me where they say that at. When does a mother's love destroy? When? If she doesn't know how to love correct, she don't. Fathers don't know how to love correct. It's trial and error depending on whomever the person is and whatever they went through in life. You got to prove all women don't love. What evidence do you have to substantiate such a claim? That's all I'm saying. What evidence do you have to substantiate such a claim? Because a woman love destroys, prove it. And if a woman is in her son's relationship with his wife, that's not love, that's obsession. You're getting the two confused. She's broken and don't know how to love. That's not every woman. Like Jennings' mother and wife aren't unique. Women know how to love, sweetie. If your mother didn't know how to love you, that's your problem. Stop putting that on everybody. Get the help you need.
His wife, if she's not getting the love from him, which comes from God and passed down to the children, because
show me
the mother's
Bible
love
scripture
comes
that
from below, it is destructive. So even if they do have two parents, and the mother is giving that love that comes out of hell, the kid's still not going to be able to function. What do you think about Black Lives Matter?
Black Lives Matter. The slogan is true.
That they would even follow a bunch of
brothers should not desert their families. If Black Lives Matter, our black brothers should be willing to work and take care of their children and not go on a baby making spree and then refuse to take care of any of them.
Are you surprised, as I am, that in today's Black America, that they would even follow a bunch of fat black radical lesbians? The Black Lives Matter organization, it was founded by a bunch of fat black radical lesbians who hate God, who hate the nuclear family, who hate unborn children. They are trained Marxists. They have said that themselves. Are you surprised to see black people?
That was funded by a white man. I'm not surprised. Y'all will do anything for money.
Not at all.
Why not?
Because if you look at the nature of the human family, many of them will follow evil before they'll follow good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're included.
Evil works in favor with our carnal way of thinking, and good
He trying to school you.
our way of
What you
thinking,
think he
which
talking?
is God, who demands us to make a change. So no, I'm not surprised.
What do you think of the Great White Hope?
I don't look at no white person as a great white hope. I believe
Donald Trump. You know who the Great White Hope is, right?
The so-called Great White Hope was nothing but a farce. One thing I do say about Trump, he showed his true colors.
What do you mean by that?
He spoke openly what Republicans been saying behind closed doors. He was open about his ignorance. He was open about his hatred. He reminded me of the Klansmen from the 30s and the 20s and the 40s who wore their sheets openly and paraded down streets. So
Exactly.
the internal hatred that many of the Republicans had towards people of color, Donald Trump just voiced it.
That's amazing. Are you a Democrat?
I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican.
So you didn't vote for the Great White Hope?
No, I didn't vote for none of them.
Donald Trump showed his true color by showing real love to America and to the world. If you notice, under Donald Trump, the Great White Hope, everything got...
The Great White Hope, is he trying to push that on us? Trump did nothing for our community. Not one freaking thing. I don't care about anecdotic anything. He did nothing. I don't like how easy it is to pay black men to do stuff, or black women. I really don't. It is almost so, wow. The Bible said that evil and they love it so. They don't mind being lied to, tricked, and played with. They love it so. The fact, this is Kendra with 2US TV, y'all. Stay up, stay blessed, put God first above all else. Bye.